Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. Today I have my January book of the month unboxing. This time I ordered, I think, 2 of the book of the month choices and 1 add-on. And there is a new warning on the top of the box. Warning, this box may elicit excitement. So let's check it out and see what's inside. When you open the box, it says you've got great taste. Our new boxes this year, they're a little different than the ones we've gotten in the past, but here is a look at the new box. And at the very top, this is my choice for January book of the month. This is called Age of Vice by Deepti, Kapoor. This is a debut novel, and the quick take is, in this grand Indian tale, part crime story, part family drama, everyone is at risk from the corrupting gravity of greed. I've heard so many great things about this one. I'm so excited. I'm going to read this one first. This is a pretty big book. It has 546 pages, but I'm excited to go ahead and dive into this one. The next book in the box, this is another one of the choices for the January book of the month. This one is called Queen of Thieves, and this is by Beezy, Marsh. This one is a historical fiction, and I love historical fiction books. The quick take for this one is, post-World War II London might look like a boys' club, but this shadowy gang of female thieves runs these mean streets. This one takes place in London in 1946, and I cannot wait to read it. I have one more book at the bottom. This was an add-on this month. This is by Gillian Flynn, and this is called Dark Places. I ordered this one because I loved Gone Girl, and I wanted a thriller this month. The quick take for this one is, truth often hides in dark places, but here's a woman who will stop at nothing until it's brought to light. So I'm excited to read another one. I think I've only read Gone Girl by her, so I know she's got several famous books, so if you have a favorite book by her, let me know in the comments below. And at the bottom of the box, we have the book of the month bookmark, Girls Just Want to Have Books. The other choices for the book of the month for January were Lunar Love by Lauren Kong Jensen, a thriller called What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall, and I almost got this one, but some of the reviews kind of scared me. So if you got this one, let me know if you suggest it for a future box or if it's too creepy. Fantasy called Hellbent by Lee Bardugo. A romance called The Reunion by Kayla Olson. Historical fiction called Independence. I'm never going to get this name right, but I'm going to give it a try. Chitra Banerjee Diva Karuni. My book of the month choice for December was Babel by R.F. Kuang, and this one got so much buzz. This was a really tough read. It was very cumbersome, a very slow read for me, but I'm so glad I stuck with it. This was about 4 students. They are experts in translation. They are brought together to Oxford University in the 1800s. The one thing about this book, it has so many layers, so many themes, there's so much to unpack, and it is so emotional towards the end of the book. So Babel by R.F. Kuang, definitely worth the hype. I highly recommend it. The next book I read was A Quiet Life by Ethan Joella, and this book was just, I think they said this in the description, that it's like a warm cup of cocoa, and that is how I would describe it as well. This book had 3 main characters that were dealing with grief, and their grief brought them together. Each of the characters, Chuck, Ella, and Kirsten, were all beautifully written. I love them so much. I'm so glad I grabbed this book. I actually grabbed it because it made a reference to Hilton Head Island. I'm so glad that the Hilton Head reference made me pick it up because I definitely want to read more books by this author in the future. The next book was another one of the book of the month choices. This is All the Dangerous Things by Stacy Willingham. And I think I have the unpopular opinion on this one, but I'm going to go ahead and rank this one 3 out of 5 stars. This was a thriller, but it was not super thrilling for me. I did not love the main character. The mystery is a baby was taken out of his crib when he was sleeping, and the mother is trying to crack the case. And this book, it goes back and forth to 2 different timelines. So I had her other book, A Flicker in the Dark, on my radar to possibly get in a future box. So I'm not quite so sure after this book. So let me know if you think I should try A Flicker in the Dark, or if you think it is too similar to All the Dangerous Things. I also read Twice in a Lifetime by Melissa Barron. This was my Aardvark book choice of the month, so I'll be reviewing this one when I do my Aardvark book unboxing. And the last book I read this month was I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jennette McCurdy, and I grabbed this one because I heard so many great things about it. She is an actress. She was actually most famous for some Nickelodeon shows, iCarly and Sam and Cat. And I remember watching this back in the day on Nickelodeon and thinking how wonderful she was and how amazing her life appeared. And it was very eye-opening to read her memoir. I really loved that she was vulnerable, but she also kept a great sense of humor. So this was emotional and just eye-opening, but it was also a bit of humor in there as well. I highly recommend this one by Jennette McCurdy. That was everything in my January Book of the Month box. As always, thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe.